Alright guys, let's talk about some Flesh and Blood. And the big things I want to go over today are Outsiders and the Banned and Restricted list. Outsiders is about to hit where we get to start seeing all of the spoilers, or begin to see the spoilers, for this set, which will change everything over the next little while. It'll also give us an insight of what the gameplay of Outsiders is going to be. But the other big thing that I want to go over, and first, is the fact that the Banned and Restricted list got a few updates. And this is very big for the game because Oldhim has always been extremely long matches. If you actually play Blitz with the time restrictions that are supposed to, most Oldhim matches at my gaming store have gone to time because they can't kill Oldhim and Oldhim can't kill them. It's just a very hard matchup, and you either get fatigued or you either finally push that damage through, and that's really what kills Oldhim. Winter's Wail being banned is a very big deal because it is a 4 attack for 3, and if it hits, it gets a Frostbite. So at the bare minimum, if you are lucky enough to have a Sync Blow in hand, you can block it out. But if you're not, it's 2 cards or 1 card and a piece of armor just to stop Winter's Wail. And Oldhim has so many other things that allows him on their phase to pitch a card, get rid of a card if it meets certain requirements. It's just so much things that he gets to do that allows him to keep cards in his deck that other heroes that are trying to defend cannot do. So, there's also been a ban or a restriction on the Amulet of Ice, which I believe is actually kind of a good thing. It more hurts Iyslander, in my opinion, than Oldhim, but it's still a really good card for Oldhim because he can pitch it and get that effect off of his defense reaction. But that's enough being said about that. Let's go ahead and move on to Outsiders and what's going on there. So Outsiders across the board is going to have 6 heroes, as we all know, that can potentially be run in draft. This is very interesting to me, and sitting down over the last couple weeks while I've been rebuilding my PC so that I could do videos for you guys, I really had a hard thought process on it and a heart-to-heart with a lot of my friends on what they thought it could be. And one of the things that I think is this may become a more staple of having 6 heroes or more heroes per draftable set because of this combination of cards. And I don't know if they're going to stick with it. I think this may be a trial run, and then they may stick with it if it works out in the future. But I also think it means there's a lot more balancing that needs to go on in the game, because we can't print a card that is okay for one class but broken for another. So there's a balancing act that's going to be going on there. And it's even more difficult to balance one card for 2 classes than it is to balance one card for one class. So I think this is a huge step for the game, and I don't know if other people understand how big of a step this is in a lot of directions for the game, because it means we can now do a lot of things. We already saw talent cards being mashed up when we had the Tales of Aria come out, and we had those special channel cards, not the channel cards, but we had the special mount cards, Mount Heroic and all of those that were mashed. Lightning and ice and earth and ice, just those type of cards, but we're now seeing it put on a hero side or a class side of the scale, which is big because now we can get these really interesting combos that can go across the board and have a lot more in-depth to the game and add a lot more variation to the game that you don't know what's going to be in your opponent's deck. Are they going to just be running warrior cards? Are they going to be running warrior brute cards if there are such a thing in the future? But it means a lot of variation for the game. And I want people to understand how crucial this is in a stepping stone for the game and where it could go, where it is going, and what we really have to look forward to. I know normally on this channel, I'm more on the negative side about where things are going, how things are acting, what I don't like about the game. But this one step alone of having dual class cards is a huge stepping stone for the game. It is almost the groundwork for future cards to be out there. And I want everyone to understand that, and I want everyone to know that. But with that being said, I will leave it there. We don't have any spoilers yet to my knowledge, at least while I'm filming this video. With that being said, I will see you guys on the flip side.